If vision boards worked by just being pretty, my life would have changed years ago. I had the vision, I just didn't give it a system. This is my old vision board for 2025. Some of it came true and some of it stayed here, right on this board. This year, my 2026 vision board isn't a fantasy, it's my current life, just clarified. And this time, I didn't wait for January 2026. I started in November. In this video, I'm taking you through my entire process. My digital vision board, my physical vision board, and the planning system I'm using to actually live it.
I'm crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for you. Am I crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for you.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Sydney, and you're watching Sid's Films. I know, the people miss me. It's good to see me, isn't it? Very on brand. Yeah, I love Wicked. The last video I posted was Squid Game, but that's okay. That's okay, guys. I'm here, and we're here to talk about vision boards. Last year, I made a vision board video and a 12-week year video, and I actually really liked it. I liked taking y'all with me. I liked reading y'all's comments. I thought this year I should do the same thing, so that's kind of what we're doing. Come with me on this journey of planning our future. This was my 2025 vision board, and this was my 12-week year plan. On paper, they looked aligned, but in real life, they weren't really talking to each other. And I thought it would be, on brand to go through my vision board and my 12-week plan, so we can kind of see what really went on. Ooh, okay. So starting with the art board. So on the art board, I'm gonna be completely honest, half of this stuff didn't really come into fruition because I didn't really have a plan for real. I think one thing I was really close to doing but just didn't do was dropping a song, which is really crazy because it's already like done. It's just sitting in my drafts. When I was thinking about doing it, I got really scared and I just never really did it. But I also don't like when passion projects of mine feel rushed. On this side of the board though, I did braid my hair. Did it all by myself. The star of this board is this top corner. You see a lot of like models and photography. Last year I had a goal to get into photography and modeling, and I will say I did do that. I actually walked my first runway show. That really kind of just opened my eyes to the fashion world, and I did try it again to be a runway model. I didn't make it. I'm a true believer of things happen for a reason. What is meant for you will not pass you by. I did really like being a runway model though. I really did. It was really fun. What I really like doing is being like an editorial model. That's kind of the vibe I want to go into, or like even ads. A commercial model. I think that's kind of my goal. I really did like being a runway model. Was it for me? Probably not. I've been taking a lot of my own pictures and getting back into touch with my artistic side. I post it all on Instagram. So if you don't follow me, you should. But like if you don't, like I don't really care. On to the next board though. This is kind of my habit board. In the corner, you see like my favorite like YouTubers and people that just like kind of inspire me. A goal I had on my 12-week year plan, which I used to kind of align my goals in a way. Okay, hi friends. This is the 12-week year plan I used to pair with my vision board. I thought it would be on brand to walk through it. What worked, what happened, what didn't work, and what didn't happen. So this is just gonna be a quick run through. As I said before in this video, I have made an entire video about this. So if you really want to like learn about the depths of it, because maybe this will work for you, you can go watch it up above. I will even link it again. So I started off with a quote: as you start to walk on the way appears. I have these 12-week quarters, 4 of them. We will get to that last. From vision to reality, I decided to type out my 1-year goals. Under this, I posted my vision board. So this is kind of like my art board, and then this is like my hobby board. I write this literally everywhere. Whatever is meant for you won't pass you by. Based on the goals I posted on the main page, I broke them up into priorities for each 12 weeks. And as you can see, it's very like ultra specific. Me and planning don't really go together in that way. It's almost like I'm micromanaging myself. It just didn't work out. But each month had its own like daily trackers, its own weeks and priorities to focus on during that month. Like you can see how busy it can get. And if you're super type A, you might be really into this. I am not. I like to have a plan, of course, but this is just a little too much for me, and that is okay. But I am going to take this idea and transfer it to another one. But my goal was to make 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, post once a month. Did I post once a month? I did. I actually post shorts every single week. I think I should have been a little bit more specific. And did I make 1,000 subscribers? Unfortunately, I didn't. Oh, this is kind of my academia section. My goal was to at least get 1A this semester. I finished fall semester of college, which is why I'm usually really so like radio silent when the semesters hit. Didn't make 1A, but I made 2A's this semester. You can see I have a bunch of jewelry in this board, decked out in jewelry, like decked out. Like, this is not even my entire collection. Whenever I went shopping, I was just like, oh my gosh, this jewelry looks nice. And I think it's because I keep seeing this on my board every single day, so subconsciously I just started like buying stuff that looked like what was on my board. Something I learned was that last year I separated future me from current me. I treated 2025 me like someone I would just magically become, but I didn't really change my habits to meet her. So nothing had anything to land on, which is part of the reason why a lot of the stuff on my board, while some of it did come true, most of it actually didn't. But once I stopped judging what didn't happen, I could actually study why, and that's when everything changed. As you may or may not know, I'm actually a science major. Like, I get down into this stuff. Like, I'm really passionate about science. So let's stop and let me ground this in science for a bit. Your brain processes millions of bits of information every single second, but you consciously register almost none of it. Your brain uses this filter called the reticular activating system, or the RAS. Its only job is to decide what matters. Ever notice how the moment you start thinking about a car you want, you suddenly see it everywhere? That's called the frequency illusion. Basically, your attention tunes into the things you care about, which is exactly how vision boards work. When an image carries emotional meaning, your brain tags it as relevant. This is real science, guys. Vision boards don't change the world, they change what you notice and what you choose. Which, going back to the jewelry section of my vision board, I saw it every single day, and subconsciously I just started buying jewelry that looked like what was on my board. Your brain doesn't respond to who you want to be, it responds to who you practice being. Once I understood how my brain actually notices and responds to goals, that's when I started planning in seasons, not schedules. I don't plan in schedules, I plan in seasons. I know what I can realistically hold in the winter versus the summer. This mindset is inspired by the 12-week year, created by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington. It treats each cycle as its own year and creates urgency without feeling overwhelmed. I actually made an entire video about this up above somewhere, so you should definitely go watch it. I went a little bit more into depth about it. Week by week planning actually stresses me out. It pulls me out of my body and into constant pressure, so I took the idea of the 12-week year plan and adapted it to how I actually live. If I'm being completely honest, I am a solar power girly at heart, and I've learned that my energy is seasonal. I'm not built for constant intensity, and most people aren't. Your energy, motivation, and nervous system are seasonal. Forcing year-round productive intensity leads to burnout. Psychology and neuroscience actually show that our mood, energy, and motivation shift with changes in light, temperature, and routine. Things like serotonin, melatonin, sleep, focus, motivation, they all shift with the seasons. Winter is for clarity and rest, spring is for experimentation, summer is for expansion, fall is for integration. Really explains why I am the way I am as a person. Once I understood that my energy moves in seasons, I needed a planning system that can move with me. This is what my life looks like when I plan quarter by quarter, or what I call my seasonal cycle system. Hey guys, so this is my updated seasonal cycle system for 2026. Essentially, it's the same layout as my 12-week year for last year, just a little different. I still organized it quarter by quarter, as you can see over here. So starting from the top, I really like this quote, so I'm not going to change it. I have my quarters over here, and then from vision to reality, I have all of my 1-year goals. We're not gonna really get deep into it, but just know that she is there. Under my 1-year goals, I added a new section, which is plans. I'm not gonna click on them because they're ultra specific, but essentially it's just a plan on how to achieve said goal. I have my vision board. This time it's only one. This is my finished vision board, by the way. A note to myself, which is the same as last year. Whatever is meant for you won't pass you by. Essentially, these are all the same, but I think this year I'm deciding to... I have my priorities that I want to accomplish in those 3 months, like how to accomplish said priority. For the other months, they're kind of just basic outlines. They're not anything super ultra specific. January, March is completely filled, and April and June, it's just a slight fill-in. Yeah. That's it. That is her. She's super duper cute. It's kind of just a play off the 12-week year plan, but instead quarter by quarter. January, March, April through June, July through September, October to December. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Still the same year, just broken up differently. Each cycle has a different thing. I kind of lined it up with my vision board and with the traditional 12 months of a year rather than the actual seasons. Once I aligned my planning with my energy, it was time to upgrade my vision board. Not just prettier, but actionable, intentional, and aligned to how I actually live. This year, I'm not going to separate my future self from my current self. My vision board is me right now. Not reinventing, just transforming. I feel like a lot of people talk about how to reinvent yourself for next year and how to reinvent yourself for the summer. I feel like the whole aspect of reinventing yourself just really takes you out of yourself and into somebody else. You are striving to become somebody else, not just a better version of you. And this time, how I'm making this year's vision board, I actively went on Pinterest and I found people that look like me, goals that I want to achieve, and not just the end goal, but how to get to the goal. I built this vision board in layers. I sat alone in my room and visualized my real life, not a fantasy. First, I made it on Pinterest, then a physical board. Once the system was in place, it was time to bring it all to life. And now I'm showing you every corner, every detail, every intentional choice on my 2026 vision board. This isn't a fantasy, it's my current life. Clarified. This is where planning meets visualization. So moving into the 2026 vision board, we're actually going to go through everything I printed. These 3 pictures were on my vision board last year. We're going to put them back on there because I actually do want to do these photo shoots. So we're going to put it back on there. This is my YouTube and I want to have 1,000 subscribers. I do want to get kind of into commercial modeling. Currently, I have plans for everything right now. It's gonna be a bit tough to break in. I don't have any connections into the fashion industry right now. What do they say? Aim for the moon, land in the stars. I actually want to make this set right here. So that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna say anything about this yet. If you're not on my channel, you're not gonna know what this is about, but I do want to be a PA. I'm actually getting my medical assistant license next year. This will be my life in, I kid you not, in a year. As you can see, this is kind of a big part of my life right now. And then in this picture right here, it's a volunteer opportunity. I have to bring up these 2 pictures to pair it with. I recently just found out about something really cool. So I'm actually currently saving up to go to Costa Rica so I can volunteer. Rather than just putting the YouTube moments and the subscribers, I decided I wanted to put pictures of how I'm gonna get there. So this is somebody editing and this is the process. I guess now I realize I'm kind of the person that kind of does things really quietly. Obviously, I'm not gonna hype myself up, end up not doing the things I said I'm gonna do. This is probably the biggest project I've ever taken on, ever, but I'm really excited about it. Hobbies. I kind of want to get back into touch with my hobbies. Like I said, I haven't stepped foot in the gym, so I need other ways to keep myself active and not just walking up miles and miles of hills and stairs, because that's where I go to school at. I wouldn't be putting it on the board if there wasn't an actual plan for it. Every picture has a plan behind it. It's not just putting a picture on a board. I feel like there was a point in time where going to the gym just kind of felt like a chore. And when things feel like chores or it feels like a job, I'm not gonna want to do it. Now it's the harp and piano. I'm really emphasizing my hobbies. I'm not the type to go out of my way to talk to people. That's not the type of person I am. Nor am I the type to ask for help. I feel like taking classes will add that layer of accountability to myself. What is meant for you always arrives in time. Fall in love with life. I have to remind myself every day that life is worth living. That sounds really cryptic. What I mean to say is I have to remind myself that life is more than just working in school, which is why I put an emphasis on all these hobbies I want to accomplish. Because life is not about going to school, graduating, working, and having kids. That's not what life is about. Life is a little bit more than that. But if you think that's what life's about, you got that. Just stay away from me. As you can see, fashion, these are actually pieces I want to make. I'm going on summer vacation. I didn't go last year, and I've been thinking about making my own wardrobe. If it's spring semester, fall semester, I want to make Dean's List. So yeah, that's kind of the vibe for this year. Super duper excited. I printed out everything from my digital vision board, aka Pinterest. I arranged it into different sections. To you, it might not make sense, but to me, this does make sense.
I'm starting to feel away. No, we were not strings attached. Maybe we could take that.
Now that my vision board is all done, it is time to hang her up. I'm just going to kind of plaster a picture up here. This is what homegirl looks like. Once the board is built, the last step is reflection and intention. Now that I'm done with the vision board process, I wanted to do something a little different, and that's write a letter to my future self. And I'm gonna write down all the goals I'm committing to, not hoping for. I'm not going to show y'all what I'm writing down. The goal here is that I write down my letter, and then next year when I make my next vision board, we're going to reread the letter I write to myself. This isn't a vision of my future. This is my life. Clarified, intentional, and already in motion. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Crazy for trying when I'm crazy for you.
Maybe it's crazy I love you. Maybe it's crazy I do. Maybe it is, but I'll live with it. If it means I'll have you. If we could be together, I'm set shit. Every song about you on my set list. All of my friends wanna hear about us. All of your friends wanna hear about us. So let's roll with the punches.